Sanye Joda Zoge Jonamla, Janjo Bardo, Dani Kyasuche, Dage Shinso Kebe, Oda Ninja Sanye Rubarajo, Sanye Joda Zoge Janjo Bardo, Dani Kyasuche, Dage Shinso Kebe, Oda Ninja Sanye Rubarajo, Sanye Joda Zoge Jonamla, Janjo Bardo, Dani Kyasuche. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha, by my accumulations of practice of giving, so forth. May I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha, by my accumulations of practice of giving, so forth. May I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. The next page. Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhavam Hetum Tesham Dathagato Yavatat Esham Chayo Nirodha Evam Bhakti Mahashramanaye Swaha. Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhavam Hetum Tesham Dathagato Yavatat Tesham Chayo Nirodha Evam Bhakti Mahashramanaye Swaha. Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhavam Hetum Tesham Dathagato Yavatat Tesham Chayo Nirodha Evam Bhakti Mahashramanaye Swaha. All phenomena arise from the causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata. The cessation causes as well as taught by the great seer. Okay, with this mantra recitation, what we said is that all these phenomena, particularly the phenomena of suffering, miseries which we dislike, and also the happiness that we want, they don't arise randomly, they arise from the respective causes. And particularly for the miseries which we dislike, which we like to shun, what the causes are is taught by the Tathagata, the Buddha. And the how to bring an end to these causes is also taught by the Tathagata. So why we are repeating this over and over again in the form of recitation is to bring in us a very strong feeling that finally I am responsible for my own experiences, happiness, miseries. I'm responsible for all these. This is a conviction that should come to us, and then finally, let's say that I go somewhere else, and then I meet with someone, the bullies, they bully me. I did not do anything bad to them, and they bully me. Let's say they bully me, and then I feel the pain, so much sadness, anger, agitation, and disgust, and so forth. And so remember this: all phenomena arise from the causes. Causes, in my case, are the phenomena of the miseries, stress that I'm going through now, because of the bullies bullying me. So that is because of the causes. Causes there too. Bullies are also one cause. Bullies are also one cause. And then in some cases, the bullies, they come to bully you, and then you teach a lesson. The bullies, they learn a lesson from you, right? Instead of bullies bullying you, right? You are able to bully in a very positive way, and the bullies, they learn some lessons, and they become so subdued. And but in your case, you cannot do that. You suffer. So bullies are one factor. There's another factor also. that somewhere in the past, the past lives, or even within this life as well, or in the past lives, I must have done something very, harmful to harm somebody else. Now the result is being the ripened within myself. So, because things don't happen randomly, they all happen because of the respective causes. So this conviction, when you become extremely convinced with these, then this is known as your conviction in the law of karma. When the conviction law of karma occurs to you, and some of us, we may think that it is let's say that, but this is all physically determined. And why karma? You suppose this person? Yes, of course, I said. It's not that this person is not responsible. This person, the Buddha, is also responsible. But then of the two factors, the sound of the clap of the two hands, the external factor, the Buddhists are there, internal factor, your own karmic, the accumulation in the past. So this combined together then manifests in form for your stress, anxiety, and so forth. So when that happens, then some people may go to the extreme, saying, "Oh, I'm the one who did it. I'm a hopeless person. I'm so bad. Then I'm so hopeless. You feel so demoralized." And somebody comes to help you. No, it's me who was mistaken. You feel so demoralized. So this is where this is the greatest failure, where you you demean yourself, you underestimate your potential. You don't see the potential of the Buddha energy within yourself, and then you just make yourself so hopeless, and you are not ready to come out. That is the greatest of the failure. Yes, of course, when these things happen, it is your accumulation of negative karma in the past, but there is a way out. There's a way out. Not only that, not that this is the end. There are more to come. What we learned this morning, the miseries that we go through, until we put concerted effort, they will never come to an end on their own. They will continue, they will perpetuate. So the wise people will not feel demoralized simply because I'm suffering now. They will think of stopping the suffering of the future. You stop the suffering today, that is the end of the suffering of all those to happen in the future. This is a wise person's approach. So this is a great opportunity for us, and particularly the teachings, the wisdom taught by the Buddha Shakyamuni, further explained by the great Nanda Masters. We are extremely fortunate that we met with these teachings. And keep in mind that while this is reality, yesterday I said that you can enjoy the pizza, you don't have to become Italian. You're getting it? You can learn quantum mechanics, you can learn relativity theory. You don't the Albert Einstein, he was Jewish. You can learn relativity theory, who was initially taught by the Jewish. You don't have to become a Jewish. You're getting it? So likewise, these concepts about emptiness, about Buddhism and so forth, you can learn. And whatever tradition that you follow, your family tradition you follow, you want to follow that. Meanwhile, you reap the benefit of these, like enjoy pizza, enjoy spaghetti, enjoy momo. You don't have to become Tibetan or Chinese. You're getting it? You can enjoy these things. So likewise, the most important thing is not the labels, that you should be benefited, that your misery should come to an end and your happiness should grow. This is one point. And then whereas in the process, if you feel that, for example, like me, when I was a little boy, maybe I was age 14, 15, I asked my friend who lived from America, he offered to send me some gifts, and I said that please send me a big picture of Albert Einstein. So then I became a fan of Albert Einstein because I was so full of physics and mathematics. So likewise, then it's your choice. You want to claim yourself as Buddhist, following the Buddha and so forth, it's fine. But you should not become, like a very staunch person. Buddhism is the best. I'm Buddhist. This is totally wrong. So if you're Buddhist, you don't have to, say that I'm Buddhist, I'm Buddhist, I'm Buddhist. From my tradition point of view, this is totally sectarianism. Buddhist, keep it yourself. What is meant by Buddhist? Somebody who follows the Buddhist, who admires Buddha's teachings, who admires the wisdom of emptiness, who admires the wisdom, the bodhicitta. So when I was in my 20s, just as I admire the wisdom of emptiness, I admire quantum mechanics and relativity theory equally. So today, I feel more drawn towards emptiness rather than quantum mechanics and relativity theory. Because from my little exposure to quantum mechanics, I can see that the quantum mechanics is somewhere in between. It's talking too much about the emptiness of objectivity. It doesn't talk anything about subjectivity. So the objectivity is rejected, but the subjectivity is not presented in quantum mechanics. In relativity, same. So relativity, yes, things exist in relative terms, but not subjectively. Subjectivity was not included so much in relativity theory, quantum mechanics. Whereas, say, with more studies exposure, the subjectivity is the key, particularly from the Bodhisattva path, subjectivity. So conclusion is emptiness of objectivity, but subjectivity, within the domain of subjectivity, everything operates so beautifully. So the harmony between the ultimate reality and conventional reality, this is what you find taught in the Aranyaka Arjuna's teaching, which was originally taught by Buddha himself. Whereas this is what you find missing in quantum mechanics and relativity theory. Okay. So so our job is just see how to make the most of our being here, of our being together, and in this life to be connected with the teachings, things that you do, that will help you to minimize your fears. That will help you to expand your happiness. If this is happening, you are in the right track. If this is not happening, no matter how many years you are into Buddhism, you need to go further. You need to reconsider. Okay. Having said this, this morning we're talking about the waking up from the sleep of ignorance. What do we mean by waking up? And then we talked about the three scenarios: the picnicking, earthquake dream, the two dreams, followed by waking up. And we all said that we prefer the third one. Okay, and then I asked, what are the commonalities between the first two dreams? So I shared with us, finally we came up with one concept, that is that, what, in both cases? Lack of freedom. We don't have freedom to choose the dream. Likewise, so this being the case, even if it is very pleasant dream, but it has the element of this known as contaminated. Even though it's a very pleasant dream, it is affected by lack of freedom. Pleasant dream, we like it, but it is affected by the lack of freedom. You don't have the freedom to choose this dream. It is affected by the lack of freedom. So it is like the good food mixed with the sand. It's a very delicious food, but then it's mixed with the sand. Then it's not really good to eat. You getting it? Okay. So this is known as what Jimela this morning said. We talked about three kinds of suffering, and suffering change. Suffering change is the happiness, the pleasures of samsara. So this happiness, however happy that is, like the first dream where we go for a dream of picnicking, is very pleasant, but it has some problem there. There's some problem. There's suffering there. What suffering? Lack of freedom to choose the dream. So however pleasant the dream is, the drawback is that it has the lack of freedom. Lack of freedom to choose the dream. That's the problem. So that is what contaminates the dream, pleasant dream. Likewise, so any pleasant experience that we have is contaminated by ignorance. And how it is contaminated by ignorance, this is what we have to learn. We don't just follow blindly. How all the pleasant experiences, they are contaminated. They are contaminated by ignorance. And within that, because of this ignorance, there's the element of lack of freedom. So, if the pleasant experiences of samsara, even of the world, let's say, if the pleasant experiences, it is mixed with a lack of freedom to choose, lack of freedom. So therefore, lack of freedom is misery. If no it is present, it has the element of misery. This is known as suffering. It is suffering. Okay. So the next part that I'd like to share with you is again another question. So these are so, if possible, the questions that I asked, we try to note them down, because these questions are so important. Later on, these questions will serve as a key for you to go deeper into your analysis. So the next question that I like to ask you is that out of the many similarities, like what some of you have identified, that these two dreams, the first and the second dream, the lack of freedom is one thing, and then the others also mentioned in the morning session of some similarities between these two dreams. Okay, just tell me, what are some similarities? Very quick, particularly those who are new, not from NMC. You just listen, what are the similarities there between the two dreams? First dream which is very pleasant, second one which is very unpleasant. What are the similarities?
Both of them are not real.
Both of them are not real. Good. What do you mean by that? Both of them are not real. What do you mean by that? Anyone, quick. How many agree with, what's your name?
Olga.
Okay, how many agree with Olga that both of them are not real? Raise your hands. Good. So you have all raised your hands. My next question to you, in what way they are not real? What do you mean by they are not real? Raise your hands. Dilshad? In what way they are not real? Or the gentleman there?
When we are waking, we find there is no such entity.
Oh, when you wake up, yes, they say the earthquake with the magnitude 9.5 was not real. We discovered it did not really happen. The gentleman over there?
Both are illusion only.
Both are?
Illusion.
Illusion. What do you mean by illusion? Anyone? Good point.
Only created by mind.
Okay. How many agree with, what's your name?
Ramesh.
How many agree with Ramesh Resens? It's only created by your mind. You're getting it? Good. Okay. What is your response? Say you are, say, okay, so I need my own time. I need to relax. I need peace of mind. And I'll do breathing meditation. And suddenly a person who you acutely dislike, the person passes by. Do you have peace of mind or not? Instantly mind disturbed. He or she did not do anything, he just passed by. Why should you be disturbed? Why? Tell me, anyone? Anyone, tell me.
We identify with object.
I identify the object as very nasty, right? Very nasty. Okay, so what is that thing which identifies the object?
Mind.
Your mind. The object did not identify you, right? Your mind identifies. Your mind is the subject, and the person who passed by is your object. Okay, these are the technical points we are learning. You are getting it? These are the technical points we are learning. So the person that passed by you, that was your object, and the mind is, again this nasty person, you came here to disturb my peace of mind, right? Again, who's saying this? Your mind is saying this. This mind is the subject. So, in other words, people who are so crazy after the flowers, by the way, reasons those who are very crazy after the flowers. Crazy after the flowers. Dola? Crazy after the flowers. Sharon? Crazy after the flowers. Oh, let's say, those people who are crazy after the flowers, right? Okay, subject, object, again, right? Headache, right? Headache. And I show this flower, instantly the mind becomes so light. Wow, beautiful flower, right? So this flower is the object, and the mind which feels the lightness, that is your subject. So we see that the emotions, it's not about the flowers there you are happy, flowers not there you are not happy, then flowers there, I'll keep the flower there, I'll keep a bunch of the whole room full of flowers, and then you and the flower, I will put a wall there. Flowers there. But you don't feel joy. Why? Because my mind cannot communicate with the flowers. You getting it? So the emotions arise when the mind as a subject interacts with the objects. Emotions arise when the mind as a subject interacts with the object, then the emotions arise. Emotion of anger, emotion of sadness, emotion of joy, emotion of irritation. All these arise when your mind interacts with the object. How many of you agree with me in a sense? That's very true, right? So, I'll have peace of mind. Now I'll do breathing meditation. I learned it from Thosamling. And then this person passes by, right? Instant disturbance comes. There's no vibration coming from the other person. Disturbing vibration coming. No, nothing. Even the person does not know that you're here. Right? Person simply passes by with a smile, passes by, and then you feel irritated here. Because your mind as a subject interacts with the person there as an object. Interacts, and the disturbance happens in your mind. You're getting it? Okay. So from this, what we are saying is that in the dream, in the second dream, where you felt the earthquake, dream of earthquake, your mind interacts with the object, and the fear erupted. What is that object? What is that mind? In the dream, your mind interacted with the object. Earthquake is the object, 9.5 scale magnitude, and then the fear erupted as a result. So this fear erupted because of the interaction between your mind, the subject, and the object. Agree? Not agree? Good. What is that object in that dream? Dream earthquake, not the earthquake. Right? Dream 9.5 magnitude earthquake. And what was the subject? Your mind in the dream. You're getting it? Your mind in the dream, or the dreaming mind. Your dreaming mind is the subject, and the dream earthquake with 9.5 magnitude, that's the object. When these two interact, then it results in the form of a fear. That fear is real or not? Huh? The fear is real. The moment you wake up, that fear dissolves. Fear is real. Okay. So this fear is the result of your fear's unhappy or pleasant feeling. Oh, tonight I'm so excited. I'll have a dream of earthquake, 9.5 magnitude. Right? I'm looking forward to it. Nobody's looking forward to such dreams. Right? It's very unpleasant. So this unpleasant feeling arose because of the interaction between your subject, your mind is subject, and the object. You getting it? And when you wake up, how that fear dissolves? What makes the fear dissolve? Okay. What is that thing? That the two dreams share, that both are not real. Somebody said it, right? Both are not real. What do you mean by both are not real? They are all coming from the mind. Yes? They're coming from the mind. Mind is subject or object? Subject. Okay. So the dream is coming from the subject or coming from the object? Subject. So the dream is subjective. Right? Dream is subjective. So in the dream, you see the earthquake as subjective or objective? Objective, and the fear arose. When you wake up, you saw the dream earthquake as subjective or objective? Hey, louder. Those at the back. Louder. So when you wake up, you see the dream earthquake as subjective or objective? Those at the back. Subjective. Very good. Okay. So let's say in a very loose sense. Don't think that you are philosophers. In a loose sense, this mug, subjective, objective. Your dream, subjective, objective. Mirage, subjective, objective. Mirage, subjective, objective. Subjective. Subjective raise hands. Mirage, subjective raise hands. Good. Mirage, objective raise hands. Mirage, objective. Okay. So two. Okay. Rainbow, objective, subjective. Okay, there's a split. Subjective, how many? Which hands? Rainbow, subjective.
No.
Okay, rainbow, objective, which hands? Okay. If there's rainbow 1 kilometer away from you, and a small child is with you, and the child tells you, please take me there. Will you take the child there or not? Those people who said the rainbow is objective will take the child there. And if you take the child there, you're also a small child. You're also a small child. Because the closer you go to the rainbow, the more the rainbow will disappear. You're getting it? So we see that the rainbow is a combination of all these factors, like the water vapor serving as prism, and the light rays falling on it, keeping a distance, certain distance, all these factors, but dependent on all these factors combined together, then the rainbow originates. There's no independent rainbow there. And why the small child asks you to take him or her there is because the child wanted to play with the rainbow. Go towards the object, and then you get hold of it and play with it. And if you take the child there, you're also a small child. You will not take the child there. You know that closer you go there, from the object there's no rainbow. This is just coming by depending on all these factors, then the rainbow appears to your subjective mind. You getting it? Okay. From this what we learned is that when you talk about this, the existence, something exists, existence can be broadly seen as objective existence and subjective existence. You getting it? Objective existence and subjective existence. These are only two possibilities. And in dream, why you have so much of fear was because of believing in that the dream contents are objectively real. That is ignorance or wisdom? Ignorance. Seeing things are objectively real, this is ignorance. When you wake up, your fear dissolves because you see the dream as not real. You see the dream as not real, meaning not from the object, it's from the subject. The dream is just subjective. When you see the dream is subjective, your fear dissolves. Seeing the dream is subjective is wisdom or ignorance? It's wisdom. And the outcome of the wisdom is that the fear dissolves. You getting it? Okay. Now the Buddha taught that not only the dream, all phenomena, they are all subjective. Although in a loose sense, what we said is that the dream is subjective, mirage is subjective, but this flower is subjective. We said it, right? So, what is that ignorance responsible for all our miseries? Is the belief in some degree of objectivity of things, anything, including flower, yourself, others, a house. You just see anything and you believe that things exist objectively. That is ignorance. That is ignorance. Which means that nothing exists objectively. Like dream, everything is subjectively real. The next question is, how do we know that? How can we know that everything is subjective? Okay, before we plunge into this discourse, what is important is that we should be so thorough with subjectivity and objectivity. You getting it? The dream is subjective. Louder. Subjective. And the mirage? Subjective. And the, let's say, having completed college is so well educated. Subjective, objective? Subjective. In a place where the education is not at all, every way is illiterate, and then you complete your, let's say, the bachelor's or complete your undergrad, It's amazing. You're so educated, but amidst the people with the PhDs, professors, and so forth, just completing the undergrad is nothing. You're getting it? It's all relative. There's nothing really from the object to say that this is so good, so bad. It's all subjective. So the first thing that we need to keep in mind, note that down: subjectivity and objectivity. The more we see things as objective, the more we suffer. The more we see things as subjective, the more we are liberated. Let me repeat it. The more we see things as objective, the more we suffer. The more we see things as subjective, the more we are liberated. So, subjectivity, objectivity. Okay. Now, in a technical sense, the more we see things as objective, this is samsara. The more we see things as subjective, this is nirvana. Liberation. You getting it? Say, being in dream, you're being tormented, tortured by the contents of the dream. This is samsara. You wake up from the dream, you're free from the contents of the dream. That is nirvana. You're getting it? In the dream, you're being suffered. You suffer so much because of the contents of the dream, earthquake, people chasing you, and so forth. This is samsara. Because you see the dream as objectively real. When you wake up, you see the dream as purely subjective. You are free from the contents of the dream, the fears of the dream. That is nirvana. You're getting it? Okay. So these are things. The key here is to know what is meant by subjective, what is meant by objective. Okay. Having learned this, our next step is to know the Buddha taught that not only the dream, not only the mirage, not only rainbow, everything that exists in the universe, they all exist subjectively. Wow, that's amazing. It's so liberating. Subjective. Everything is subjective. If you know this, then it's like waking up from the unconventional dream. Dream is of two kinds: conventional dream and unconventional dream. What is conventional dream? The dream. You go to bed, you fall asleep, you dream, and the next day you wake up. This is conventional dream. From the conventional dream, we wake up every day. But from the unconventional dream, we have never woken up. Even just right now. What's right now? You see me here, you see yourself in Thosamling. This is also like a dream. This is known as unconventional dream. From this unconventional dream, we have never woken up. We have never woken up from this unconventional dream. 24/7, we are in the trap of the unconventional dream. What do you mean unconventional dream? Just the conventional dream is coming from your subjective, even the unconventional dream, even the otherwise as well, is also subjective. One attribute of the dream is that it is subjective. Likewise, everything is subjective. Therefore, it is also like a dream. So what is like a dream and dream, these are different. Conventional dream is a real dream. And the otherwise, they are all like a dream. Therefore, they are referred to as the unconventional dream. And anyone who goes towards waking up from unconventional dream, these are the wise people. And anyone who go towards who go away from waking up from the unconventional dream, mean they're getting sucked up in the unconventional dream, they are samsaric beings, immature samsaric beings. You're getting it? So our effort here, learning about emptiness, we are very fortunate. And some of you may feel that, oh, I'm not really good at philosophy, I'm not really good in science. What he's talking is all about philosophy, science, and so forth. Don't underestimate yourself. Don't underestimate yourself. Whether you like it or not, this is the medicine. This is the panacea. This is the only panacea to cure you from all the tears of samsara. This is the only panacea. And yes, this is a panacea, it may be the panacea, but I don't have the capacity to know that. You have the capacity. You have the Buddha nature. Everyone has the Buddha nature. Whether you are a Buddhist or non-Buddhist, it doesn't matter. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. Whether you're from this caste, that caste, this caste, this country, it doesn't matter. Everyone has the Buddha nature, zero perfection is there. Our job is just to remove the metal dirt and you will see the diamond inside, the gold inside, which will glow. Wow, that's very hopeful. So, how to do that now? How to do that? So for this, we have to wake up. Wake up meaning, waking up, what is that? We see things as subjective. Yes? Waking up means, we see the dream as subjective. In the dream, we see dream as objective. Seeing the dream as objective is ignorance or wisdom? Ignorance. Seeing the dream as subjective is ignorance or wisdom? Wisdom. So when we say, look, now emptiness. When we say, the dream is subjective. Okay, let's say. Okay, let's say that. Okay, let's say that this flower is closer towards. Let's say that this flower is closer to young Bella. Present. Okay, look at young Bella. So this flower is lying closer to young Bella, and I rush and say that this is my flower. When I say this, what was I saying? Oh yes, that this flower is not young Bella, this is not yours. You getting it? If I say this flower is not yours, it's very offensive. If I say this flower is mine, it's nice way of saying it's not yours. You agree? Not agree? Look, when I say this flower is subjective, means it is not subjective, it is not objective. Let me repeat it. When I say that everything is subjective, this flower is subjective. When I say that this flower is subjective, in a way what you are saying is that this flower is louder. Hey, all of us. When I say the flower is subjective means it is another way of saying that it is not objective. Not objective. Not means empty. Okay. There's no water in it. There's no water in it. Which means it's empty. You getting it? Empty. Not means empty. So when we say that this is subjective, means it is not objective. Not objective means empty of objective existence. You getting it? When I say this flower is subjective, now you should be able to say that it means that this flower is empty of objective existence. You getting it? If ever somebody were to tell you what is emptiness, what you learn, what is emptiness? Emptiness means nothing exists. Don't say this. You should say emptiness means emptiness of objective existence. That nothing exists, that everything is empty of objective existence. This is emptiness. You getting it? Good. So this now takes us to the understanding, okay, which means everything is empty of objective existence. How do I know this? This next question. How do you know that everything is empty of objective existence? So for this, this is very important. How do you know that everything is empty of objective existence? Okay. In our life, sometimes it does happen, unfortunately. Say, say somebody is joining your, say somebody is joining your institute, your corporate, or your whatever group. Some person is joining, and the person B, who you know so well, person B gives you some information saying that person is so bad, so selfish, and always, put on the facade of being so nice. The person, how the person presents himself, looks so nice, but in actuality the person is so rude, so unkind, so selfish. This is information that you get. You have never seen person A. And the person is joining the same company as your colleague. And the person A comes, what's going to be the reaction? Be very honest. What's your reaction? Uneasy? You will feel uneasy. We should be very honest. To maintaining a very objective approach is very difficult. We're easily influenced by the information, particularly information coming from somebody who you consider as friend. They can really influence you so badly. Yes. How many agree with me in this sense? That the information given by your friends, they can influence you so badly. Okay. If you agree, then person A comes and the person A says, "Good morning, nice to meet you, I'm Mr. A." And you will say, "Yes, good morning." And person A would be, "What happened? I'm meeting the first time, there's a great reservation there. Barrier already, I can see that." Right? Person A feels sad. Okay. So why are you behaving like this? Because you have created an impression of the person A already. Created impression. Is that the reality of person A? We don't know. But you've already created impression. Person A is like this. You're getting it? Which means you've already created the appearance of person A as being selfish, putting on with the, what do you call it, double face. Right? So this is the impression that you've created. So with this impression, and that too you see as objectively real. This person is objectively with a double face. Objectively being selfish. Objectively being pretentious, So all these, you might have already created the impression. Okay. And then you create the impression, don't see this impression. You see it as objectively real, not as subjectively real. And objectively real, uneasiness is erupted. See, the dream is real, objectively real, then the fear arises. You agree? Then you be with but you ask your friend, "How long do you know this person?" "No, I know this person I met this person for about 2 days. And I knew this person like this." Okay. And then you have been with this person for whole 1 year. And every day you see that person is, being so sincere, integrity, kind, helpful, resourceful, and the whole team, they becomes happier. And you've been with this person A for whole 1 year. And your friend who gave the wrong impression of the person A was with the person A for 2 days. Then what impression will you get? Your impression of the person A will change. You agree? Will change. The reality of the person A and how I projected the person A is very different. There is a discrepancy between appearance and the reality. Now we are introduced to the concept of discrepancy between the appearance and the reality. You getting it? Discrepancy between the appearance and the reality. Okay, so my friend, the information that my friend gave me, which my friend got on the basis of 2 days interaction with that person, I see that it's very opposite. The reality is very different. So you discover, initially you trusted your appearance. Now you discover the reality which is opposite with the appearance. You getting it? So when there's a contrast between appearance and reality, it is known as discrepancy between the appearance and reality. Okay. Can you give me some very simple meaning of what do you mean by illusion? Illusion. What do you mean by illusion? Anyone? How do you describe it in very simple words? Not exotic words, but simple words. What do you mean by illusion? Anyone? Anybody can explain what illusion is.
When you see snake, when you see a rope and you think it's a snake.
When you see actually there's a rope there, but you see it as a snake, this is like illusion. Why? Why do you describe that as illusion?
Because when I get to touch it, it's a rope.
Okay. What appears as snake, when you go closer to object, it's not snake. It's empty of being a snake. It's a rope. It's empty of being a snake. So there is a discrepancy between appearance as a snake and the reality not being a snake. There's a discrepancy between appearance and reality. Where there's a discrepancy between appearance and the reality, this is known as illusion. So therefore the Buddha described everything as like illusion. Because there's always the discrepancy between how things appear to you and how things actually exist. There's a discord. discrepancy or the discord between the appearance and the reality. Okay, good. So now, so what is the reality? Okay, just pick up anything, pick up anything that is with you. Just and show that to me. Pick up anything. Hey, the girls over there. Pick up something from and show that to me. The girl over there. Yes. Okay. Good. Now look at it yourself. Don't just show it to me. Also look at it yourself. Look at it and see how does it appear to you. Objectively real or subjectively real? Objectively real. Okay. Don't forget it. Don't forget it appears so objectively real. Now, what the Buddha taught us that see this as objectively real. That is a source. This is the ignorance, because the object that you are holding, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist objectively. It exists subjectively. Wow, that's amazing. If it is subjectively, you imply that it is empty of objective existence. Yes, this is the meaning of emptiness. Because there's a great discrepancy there. Object that you're looking at it is like illusion. Because it appears as object real, but the reality, it is empty of object reality. It is subject real. So there's a discrepancy between appearance and reality. Therefore, this is like illusion. Look at it. Look at it again. Look at that same object again and see if it appears illusion-like. No? Yes, if you don't see that as illusion-like, that is the ignorance. That ignorance is responsible for all our problems. You're getting it? All the problems. Okay. How many want to go a little more technical? How many you are not scared to go a little more technical? Raise hands. And how many are a little scared to go a little more deeper? Raise hands. Don't be scared. You're getting it? Don't be scared. We'll go a little more technical. And if you're a little confused, you are very fortunate. Confused means you are encountering something which you have never encountered before. If it's very easy, you'll not feel confused. If you're not confused, you are not learning anything new. Right? Okay, this is very important. But when you are a little challenged, you should take that as a great opportunity for you. Why? When you're not challenged, or for example, let's say you are meeting with one expert, and you can interact with the person on the subject which you want to learn, and the person is expert on the subject, and you go there, you keep talking. Some people, they keep talking. I learned about this. I learned this is like this like this emptiness. Sometimes I have to listen to some people about emptiness. Emptiness means emptiness, objective existence. There's no object. It is subjective. There's no objective existence. And then this is ultimate analysis. I have to listen. Right. So this was learned from me. And then he was so excited. And then he would teach me, you talk about emptiness, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes on this. I just keep listening to encourage him. Keep listening. Right? So, what will you do? What will you do? If you meet with an expert on the subject you want to learn, you want to keep talking, or you want to ask questions and listen to the person more? What will you do? Ask questions and listen more. You're getting it? Listen more. Why? Because what you are talking, you already know. Whether he in front of this person or without this person, you already know your knowledge. This knowledge will not go away. Now you are wasting your time. This knowledge is always with you. With an expert, don't talk too much. Right? Listen. And he will talk something which you have never heard before. Or she will talk something which we have never heard before. It can be very complicated. And this is what you're learning. And you go with the extra knowledge, extra wealth. Whereas you just run with what you know, and you go, nothing extra. You're getting it? So you go, you're the loser. With this great opportunity to learn, to get extra knowledge, extra gems, and you do not pick up any extra gems. You just left with whatever you have. That's it. So therefore, when challenges are there, it's a great opportunity for you. Okay, now this is an opportunity for me to extract extra gems for me. You're getting it? So what do you like? You want to go with whatever you have, just with that, or with the extra gems? What do you like? With the extra gems. If that's the case, extra gems means it's nothing. Learn new, have learned new. Which if you don't know something, you learn, that's the extra gem. You getting it? Okay. So with this is a very important I'd like to share, particularly people who are more senior. For you, you have to pay attention, and the younger ones, meaning the newcomers, you pay attention. This is a very important point, which is usually not covered or seen in many things. Okay. Okay. Again, pick up the same object. Look at it, and how does it? My question is, how does it appear to you? Objectively, subjectively? Objectively. So what was my question? How does the object appear to you? And you said, it appears as objectively real. Don't forget it. Number 2. Okay. How many of you have seen snow recent in your life? Okay, this is my wrong question. How many have never seen snow in your life recent? One? Only one. Okay. Tell me, is there anybody who you built some friendship over the last 2-3 days? Huh? Who? What's your name?
Angela.
Angela. Angela, you have seen snow? Where did you see snow?
Huh?
Where did you see snow?
Canada.
Canada. If possible, try to take her to Canada. Right? You must show her snow. Okay, what's your name?
Sneha.
Sneha. Okay, the snow is white in color. Okay, now let's say that you don't go to Canada. You can go to Dollar Range. Trient. Up there, not now. In June, July you can go. Not now. In June, July. June, July is okay. In the daytime, not in the evening and the dawn. Bears can come. In the daytime you can go with your friends, go there and see the snow. Okay. Let's say we've all seen snow. And we know the color of the snow is white. And we put on the glasses on to stop us from the glare from the snow. And the color is blue. The color of the lenses of the goggles is blue. So with the goggles on, you look at the snow. Snow appears as what color? Blue. Good. So the snow is the object or the subject? Object. The object appears as blue. And you, I've never seen blue snow. Right? I've never seen blue snow. It's strange, in Dharamsala snow is blue. Would you think like this? Raise hands. Or will you not think like this? Raise hands. But it appears as blue. Why you don't think like this? Quick. Joala.
Because of my previous knowledge that I have, snow is white in color.
And then why you are seeing blue?
Because of
the color of the lens, the glasses.
I'm putting.
You're being influenced by the color of the glasses. Otherwise, the color of the snow is not blue. You're getting it? So your mind, object appears as blue, but your mind doesn't believe it to be blue. Subject doesn't believe it to be blue. Object appears as blue, the subject doesn't believe it to be blue. You're getting it? How many agree with me, sense? Good. Now let's say, if you take Sneha to the trend, right? And she's never seen snow. She's never heard about snow, right? And suddenly you said that we're going to introduce you to snow. And you never described what snow looks like, what's the color. Then you give her a blue goggles. And you go together with Sneha, right? And The snow appears as blue to you or to Sneha? You also have the blue goggles. It appears as blue to both of you, to Sneha and to you both. Raise hands. Good. These seems very simple, they are very technical. But later on, when you leave this room, everything may disappear. You getting it? Okay, so be very careful. Be attentive. So let's say this now. Wow, it's so beautiful. It's blue. And you, it's not blue, it's beautiful, but it's not blue. But the object, the snow, appears as blue to both of you, yes? Yes. But of the two minds, object-wise is the same appearance. From the subject, Sneha believes it to be blue, and you do not believe it to be blue, yes? Yes. Okay. Object appears as blue, is mistaken or not mistaken? Mistaken for both of you. Object appears as blue for both of you is mistaken. But your mind, Sneha's mind believes snow to be blue. Your mind does not believe snow to be blue. Which of the two minds is mistaken? In terms of the believing. Sneha's mind believing to be blue is wrong. Right? Okay. Whereas although the snow appears blue, but you don't believe, you don't comprehend, you don't apprehend the snow as blue. Okay, now object appears, the subject apprehends. You getting it? There are two activities happening. The appearance is the activity related to the object. Object appears. And your Sneha's mind apprehends it as blue. So the activity related to the subject is the apprehension. The mind apprehends, the object appears. You getting it? So, mistake can happen in one of the two or both. In the case of Sneha, the mistake happens on both levels. Appearance as well as apprehension. Apprehension is related to object or subject? Subject. And appearance is related to object. And in your case, which of the two is mistaken?
The object.
Appearance or the apprehension? Appearance-wise there is a mistake, but the apprehension-wise there is no mistake. You are getting it? So which two you think is subtler? The two mistakes. Mistaken appearance or mistaken apprehension? Which is subtler? Which is subtler? Raise the hand. Okay. And which of the two mistakes can be subtler? The mistaken appearance or mistaken apprehension? Okay, let's say mistaken apprehension is subtler. Raise hands. Mistaken apprehension is subtler. Raise hands. Mistaken appearance is subtler. Raise hands. Mistaken appearance is subtler. Raise hands. Okay, Sneha, tell me, what makes you think that mistaken appearance is subtler?
I never saw snow, so it appears as like blue to me.
Okay, good. Anyone else? Those who said the mistaken appearance is subtler in comparison with mistaken apprehension. Any reason you like to give? It's over there.
Appearance is a cause, but my mind appearance is
apprehension.
Is an effect.
Cause and effect. Okay, later on, if you learn the Buddhist psychology well, by the way, we have this brochure there, right? If you know cause and effect, for this video, we know the psychology so well. Buddhist psychology, for this we have a whole course. If you are interested in this must be done. Learn this psychology, how the mind works, apprehension and the appearance. These two actually happen together. It's not cause and effect, but what you are thinking, I can see that you are a thinking person. This is very precious, but you have to have the knowledge to think more. So for this, the brochure is available there, Nalanda Diploma course. So now we have extended the enrollment, extended the date for the enrollment by 1 week. Those interested, you can join, you can take the opportunity the last week. Right after this, enrollment will be closed. Okay, so brochure is available there. Pembala, just show this. Okay, yes. So you can pick up, you can help yourself, anybody can pick up the brochure. Okay. Anyone else? What makes you think that what mistake in the appearance and mistake in the apprehension of the two, which is subtler? Which is subtler? And those who said mistake in the appearance is subtler than the mistake in the apprehension, what makes you think so? Pemsilla.
Because mistaking with appearance is more difficult to rectify compared to the mistaking with respect to the apprehension.
Okay, Pemsilla is saying something very interesting. So they say of the two mistakes, you can fix the mistake with respect to the apprehension more easily in comparison with the mistake happening on the appearance level. So what can be fixed easier, that is grosser. What is more difficult is subtler. You getting it? Very good answer. So how do you know that the mistake happening on the apprehension can be fixed more easily? How do you know that? Anyone? How do you know that the mistake happening on the...
When you remove the glasses, you see the color.
So, but when you remove the glasses, then both forms are fixed. Appearance, apprehension, both, right?
Yes. Because you're dealing with subjectivity, so it's easier. Like this pen, I know that, from Buddha's teachings that this is, actually this is also subjective. But I will still continue to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So something like an object, it's even
Okay,
if I know
so
that
what
it doesn't exist,
Roshni.
Yes.
What Roshni is saying is that, say, look at the object, although I learned that it is subjective real. No, I learned, I engage in analytical inquiry, analytical analysis, and come to discover that it is really empty from the object, is subject real. Even after knowing that it doesn't exist objectively, when you look at it, it invariably again appears as object real. So, appearance, missing the appearance is which is real, this continues to happen till you become Buddha. But the mistake with respect to the apprehension will be fixed when you reach the 8th bhumi. And but if you want to fix it before, then you have to go for personal liberation. Within 1 or 2 lifetimes you can fix it, right? But the appearance, mistake in appearance will be fixed only when you become a Buddha. Till that point, the mistake with respect to the appearance as object real will continuously be there. You're getting it? Okay. So I want somebody to paraphrase what I've said thus far. Paraphrase meaning summarize what I've said thus far. The two activities, appearance. Okay, listen. I'm saying this, and I will ask you to paraphrase once more. So when your mind interacts with the object, only then the emotions arise. You understand it? You agree?
Yes.
Okay. When your mind interacts with the object, then the emotions arise. Okay, so all right. We stop here.
Samgate bhogi swadhyata orgati gati paragati parasamgate bhogi swadhyata